A Milwaukee rapper is highly sought after right now, not for his music, but for the crimes.
It looks like those earnings are from drug dealing.
Don't think I'm lying when I tell you that it's off white.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody know who the dead Quan is.
Welcome back to another episode of True Street TV, where we cover everything street related. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell, and let's get right into it. Today's story brings us back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a relatively large city and one of my favorite cities to cover. As we spoke about in previous episodes, Milwaukee has a deep street culture, mainly predicated around drug dealing and making money. The man we're here to talk about today is a well-known rapper and hustler from the city, 33-year-old Marquand.
Yeah, I heard everybody in Milwaukee be getting money. Milwaukee kind of like, well, it's in the Midwest, but it's kind of like Detroit for real. Like, they were buffs just like Detroit or whatever. I did hear they be getting a lot of money in Milwaukee. That's what I heard.
Owens, better known by his rap name, Dead End Quan, a Milwaukee native from one of the most dangerous areas in the city, being off Burleigh, dubbed the Burleigh Jungle for how wild it gets.
After they were shot in a drive-by shooting Saturday night, this happened near the intersection of Sherman and Burleigh.
The 21-year-old man who was shot and killed in a house near 12th and Burleigh yesterday.
Police say two people started arguing around 4:30 this afternoon near 15th and Burleigh. Shots were fired.
The Dead End Hood gets its name because almost all of the streets on their block are dead ends. They're Burleigh and Our Avenue from 37.
Dead ends. So imagine you getting chased by a nigga or something like that. He got pulled on you getting chased, and you whether you drive or you running, you go to a dead end. That shit's scary, bro. What the fuck?
Second through 35th Street.
Like, Burleigh hour, like, yeah, it's one way. Them ways, like, over there, like, it's dead ends on there, one of my blocks, like,
that's crazy.
Where I'm from, like, and it's street, it's 33rd, 34th, like, we, you know, we north side as a bitch, like, right over there by the train tracks.
He would do an interview in his hood, pointing at an area on his block, saying he shot his first person right on the block.
I ain't gonna lie.
Why would you say
Swear to God, I promise to God, nigga. I shot my first nigga. Well, I shot my second nigga, but first nigga that told him when I shot him right here. The nigga, it's crazy. It's a long story. The nigga told on me, dog.
Quan is well known in the city and was well known in the streets long before rapping, as he did jump in the rap game relatively late. Quan would describe his childhood as being raised like Kane from Menace to Society.
Shit, real, I really grew up like Kane off Menace to Society. Yeah. For real, dog.
He would begin catching cases at a young age, and he would be charged with maintaining a drug trafficking place in 2009 at only 18 years old. He would later plead guilty to this in March of 2010, receiving 18 months of probation. Quan will go right back to the streets, not complying with the probation conditions, and within 3 months, Quan will be sent to serve 60 days in jail for violations and would eventually get revoked. Quan and two other men named Christopher Jones and Eugene Woods would travel back and forth from Milwaukee to Eau Claire as they were selling weed out of a house out there. The owner of the house would claim he tried to kick the man out, but they wouldn't leave and locked him out. Quan would eventually
read this. Milwaukee men charged with running dry house. 3 Milwaukee men were charged Friday with operating dry house in, I don't know how to say that, but we're just gonna say Eau Claire. Christopher L. Jones, 22, Marquand C. Owens, 20, and Eugene Woods, 21, are accused of maintaining a drug trafficking place of felony that carries a maximum penalty of 3 years and 6 months in prison and $10,000 fine.
get out of this case, getting the trafficking charges dismissed and pleading guilty to criminal trespassing. Shortly after this, Quan would also be charged with possession with intent to sell cocaine in October of 2013. And Milwaukee County Jail has very strict bond release conditions, compared to a smaller city where you might just receive the rules on a piece of paper of your bond. But in Milwaukee, you have to report to Justice Point, oftentimes being placed on house arrest and having to take drug tests. Quan wouldn't comply with house arrest and would skip court the next year in 2014. He would be on the run for around 3 months before being caught and sentenced to a year in jail. Quan had caught a few cases at this point, which is common. If you play the streets long enough, you will eventually get caught. And some people may have changed their hustle after these few jail stints, but Quan was already knee-deep in the streets and well-known in the city. It is hard to go from making thousands of dollars per week to, let's say, $20 an hour at Amazon.
Yeah,
so I do understand.
That's why, like, a lot of niggas that's in the streets, like, they just gotta stay in the streets. Like, they can't really get out because it's like used to making so much fast money. Like, they probably bringing in, you know what I'm saying, 1,000 a week, 2,000 a week, 3,000 a week, 4,000 a week, you know what I'm saying? And then it's hard to get out of that because then you gotta go to a 9 to 5 job. It's a regular job. Now you're getting paid, you know what I'm saying, $15 an hour, $20 an hour, even $25 an hour. But it's like, and then you gotta wait to get your money. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wait till that little deposit into your account 2 weeks, a week, versus when you're on the streets, you feel me? You get your money, you know what I'm saying, quick, right away, bro. That's why they can't really get out of it, because they just used to fast money. You know what I mean? They can't really settle.
And why street hustlers often struggle with finding a new way. You also have to take into account of what city he's from. It's a city that
it's like the streets is just like, it's probably just fun to them, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just probably give them a thrill, you know what I'm saying? Like, it sound crazy, but like, just give them a thrill, probably. Like, it's just fun to them, like, shooting at people, getting shot, you know what I'm saying? Going on high speed chases, you know what I'm saying? Doing the legal thing, you know what I'm saying? Trapping, hustling. It's probably fun because it's risky, you know what I'm saying? It's stupid, but it might be fun, you feel me?
that popularizes and glorifies drug dealing more than any city I've ever came across.
I got plenty fire eddies coming down. So many hands on this phone, I forgot ring. I just caught a head on the way to another head.
Similar to the kids in Chicago who are quick to pick up a gun and join a gang, except in some parts of Milwaukee, the cool thing to do is pick up some drugs and sell it, which is kind of better than drilling in my opinion, but they are both detrimental to the black community.
Jeff,
and one Milwaukee rapper who I think paints the
They
best.
was saying Black Hollow Jeff got bodies in Milwaukee, like he was a paid hitter. For real. That's crazy. I mean, R.I.P. Lil Jeff, but that's crazy.
This picture of this life that I'm explaining in his raps is Lil Trey. For example, go listen to the song Man of the House. To give you an idea of why somebody would keep going to jail for the same thing and keep continuing to do the same thing once released. Swan will get out of jail sometime in 2015 and go right back to hustling. Milwaukee is well known for high-speed chases, as a successful escape will literally change your life. And the idea of just pulling over and letting the police decide if they're going to search the car and give you multiple felonies, a lot of Milwaukee hustlers don't decide to give the police that option.
Early morning backed up, you know I can't miss him. A life sentence in this car, so I'm for sure tipping.
Quan would do just this not long after getting out, as police attempted to stop him on October 21st, 2016. Quan would take them on a high-speed chase and eventually get caught and arrested. The high-speed was tossed, but he did plead guilty to battery of law enforcement and driving a stolen car. Quan would be sentenced to 18 months in prison for this, being sentenced in May of 2017. While Quan was in prison, many Milwaukee rappers were going crazy, and we covered many of them, so go check the Milwaukee playlist if you're new here. Anyways, Quan will begin writing raps himself while serving his time and will begin getting better and better at rapping. He also had guys from his dead end hood that began rapping as well, like Fat Pooh. Quan will later be released in 2021, and I'm guessing he was on probation and was revoked, leaving him to serve the 18 months consecutive to his revocation time. He will begin dropping music late 2022, releasing Neighbors Think I'm Hot in December. This song has almost 100,000 views. The streets would embrace Quan's style, rapping predominantly about hustling.
You the least type, I can tell in your eyes you the cheap type. You can't press it at the house, so with your feet like.
His deep voice, along with his gritty, in-depth street hustling lyrics, were automatically loved by the streets. The authenticity makes the music hit, especially to other local hustlers.
I'm good, ooh good, everything up top, nigga. Hell yeah, we got that shit really dropped.
He will continue dropping in 2023, releasing his first mixtape months later on April 23rd, 2023, calling it Dead End Baby. Quan is very well known and tapped in throughout the city. He will get many features on this project, including from SME Tax Free, Juicer, Joe Pablo, Fefe, Ghost, and many more.
And that's with no sweat. Can't forget no press. Back up silly tight and I step on it, that's a bow flex.
He will gain plenty local traction in the city and wouldn't waste time releasing a second project, calling it 3207, referring to the house he lived in on his dead end block 3207 Hour Avenue. He released a video to the first song on the tape called It's Just Me, and this video has around 70,000 views on YouTube.
I'm shooting to these pops, it's just me, ayy. Dumping all these drop, it's just me, ayy.
He would then go on to release a collab tape with Juicer called Jackie Chan, released on October 2nd, with one of the best songs being Kurt Angle. The video sits at well over 100,000 views.
You my brother without no money, still serve a heist with a nose running, you know that.
And 8 days after releasing this tape, Quan will collab with Chicken on a song called Black and Knees.
I heard Chicken P. Yeah, Chicken P, his shit hard. I listened to a couple songs from him. I listened to, what's that shit called? Venting, People's Favorite. Probably a couple more, but yeah, he was just on Max Stream tweaking. Well, not just on there, but you know what I'm saying, a couple weeks ago. But yeah, I ain't know he was from Milwaukee. Well, I don't know if he is, but I'm guessing because he be wearing buffs, he got grills in, so I'm guessing he from Milwaukee.
I bust a brick 40 a gram, the phone won't stop ringing.
This was his biggest song up to this point, and it has well over 400,000 views. He would follow this up with one of the best underground songs to come out of the mill in 2023, releasing That One Kind, along with Fefe, Juice, Ghost, Joe Pablo, and Funny Money. This song has over 800,000 views. He would go sit down with DJ Jerry shortly after this song released in November, doing his first interview that I was able to find. And just months later, Quan would again find himself in trouble with the law, as on January 10th, 2024, he was in Milwaukee.
Niggas start to see a little, you feel me, a little growth, views coming in, and they get locked up again. Like, they get to a point where I just be thinking, like, dude, like, niggas like going to prison. Like, that's what I really think it is. Like, maybe some people just feel more comfortable in prison. You know what I'm saying? Which is stupid, but it makes sense. You feel me? Cause like if a nigga done did like, let's say a nigga 24, and then like I ain't not 24. Let's say a nigga 36 or something like that, bro. He got locked up when he was 18. You feel me? So then he got locked up at 18. He get out when he 36. Nigga done spent half his life in prison. So he probably used to that. You feel me? Now, it go two ways, you know what I'm saying? He might be used to that, so he get out, he probably gonna get back to the same dumb ass shit, you know what I'm saying? Doing dumb stuff, going back to prison, going back to jail. Or he'll use that prison time and really, you know what I'm saying, change his life around. But most people, you know what I'm saying, they do the first option. They just get used to prison, bro. It's stupid.
Riding in his Forerunner, when police attempted to stop him, Quan would quickly take off from the police and end up crashing into a tree on 36 and Stark, located just minutes away from his hood. Quan would be arrested for this, and police would find 8 cell phones, scales, $12,000, as well as 2 zips of boy that tested positive for fentanyl. And they also found some cocaine in the car. Quan would be held on a $15,000 bond and would quickly post it and be released a week later. Right as he got out of jail, he released a song alongside IMBK called Rotation. This is a dope song. Within a month of being out, Quan would stop reporting to Justice Point and not go to court. His $15K was forfeited and a warrant would quickly be issued for his arrest on February 15th. Meanwhile, he released his 4th tape on January 30th, calling it Take Notes. Chicken Pete would appear on the song Locked In. Big C and Ghost would also feature on this project. Quan also collabed with multiple artists, including Chicken, Joe Pablo, and others on the song Room 914, and this song has over 600,000 views. 2 months would pass, and MPD would realize they couldn't find Quan and would add him to Wisconsin's Most Wanted, putting his wanted poster out there, and Fox 6 would run this story in April.
This Milwaukee rapper flaunts a lifestyle on his YouTube channel. U.S. Marshals say is no act.
Unfortunately, it looks like those earnings are from drug dealing.
In the industry, he goes by Dead End Quan, but investigators know him by his legal name.
The fugitive we're looking for is Marquand Owens.
Despite being hot, Quan was still in the city rapping.
But investigators know him by his legal name.
The fugitive we're looking for.
Let's just say first-degree reckless endangering safety, flee, elude, possession of cocaine with intent to distribute, possession of heroin with intent to distribute.
4 is Marquand Owens.
Despite being hot, Quan was still in the city rapping and dropping music, as he released another tape on April 11th called What They Talking About. The biggest song on this project is called The One Not The Two, which he posted the video for in May while on the run.
36 is all white, that's a bricky shit. I'm pulling shifts, dumping all night in this chicken coop.
He also dropped another tape in May called Diamond in the Rough, and rumors would quickly begin spreading on social media that Quan was the police around this time, saying that he told them.
They said Big Cuz dead wrong, but he cold though. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I'm gonna play my man. I'm gonna play Dead End Quan, especially rotation like that. What he do? He snitched on everybody he was riding with Ghost. I gotta fast forward his part on Locked In. I ain't gonna lie. Wrong as a bitch. He still be driving him before he turned the comments right off. Oh, so he snitched?
Around this time, saying that he told on Fat Pooh.
That nigga Dead End Quan told his superior on my TikTok. Oh, he's on TT. I thought he meant TikTok. Why you say that? For real, I just made a stat saying I'm looking for him. Merchie told, yeah, guy, he's a rap. Man, they said he deactivated everything.
And others from his area, but I wasn't able to actually find proof for this. And crazy enough,
Fuck, I didn't even do that. Had to start listening, bro. He threw the whole book at his homies in that interrogation room. He folded bad. 149 pages. God damn, nigga. That was a ton on everybody. 149 pages, something like that. This nigga need to get his ass beat after death. Looking for what y'all say. Nah, that ain't solid, bro. Anybody that snitch, I ain't gonna say anybody that snitch. Like, if you're not really in the streets, then I don't really believe in, like, if you cooperate with the police and you're not really in the streets, I don't consider that snitching. You know what I'm saying? But if you doing crimes with your homies, you doing bad shit with your homies, and then you feel me, you snitch on them on some shit that you agree to do, you want to do, you in the streets, you a clown, you a rat, all that, bro. That's like the worst shit. Like, nobody respect. Like, you go to prison, the guards ain't even gonna respect no snitch like that. You feel me? That shit.
his man's Fat Pooh also made Wisconsin's Most Wanted as well a few years back for shooting into a vehicle.
A YouTube rapper, he goes by the name of Fat Pooh.
But now U.S. Marshals say 31-year-old Kevin Tenner of Milwaukee is wanted for first-degree reckless injury.
Tax-Free would get asked about Quan and would say that he was still cool with him, seemingly not buying the rumors.
Hey, I ain't never calling him no snitch or nothing. Like, I ain't putting no label on him, but he understand the guidelines, the boundaries. Like, okay, I know I got this going on, so I know, like, right now ain't really a good time for to fuck with nobody. I'ma clear this shit up, and then I'ma, you know what I'm saying?
But meanwhile, throughout all the rumors, Quan went black on social media, deleting everything, but he was still dropping music. And Milwaukee rapper Manny Fresh would release a song called Dead Wrong, where he would diss Quan, saying that he was dead wrong for snitching.
Then bust that movie, know he dead wrong. I never tell, nigga, we got bricks for sale.
Shit came out, it was left field, nigga, cause that's who my little guy fool. Like, in the video 3207, my FaceTime, I was talking about little bro, like, what the fuck, nigga, if you actually do all today, nigga, where that shit come from? On my kids, nigga, if you asking, like, why you say this about, like, come on, man, be real. Nigga, you don't even know why you said that.
Quan would even go as far as to do an interview with Juice Talk TV where he spoke on the snitching allegations. He also spoke on Tax-Free not kicking him while he was down, which I also respect.
Only one motherfucker in that situation who a nigga shouldn't been dealing with, like, so. And I can admit, but ain't no narc shit going on with me. Like, you know what I mean? Ain't none of that going on with me. Like, but I respect, you know, Tax for that, dog.
Milwaukee Hood News would post a picture of a criminal complaint saying that Quan was snitching, but he didn't post any actual information or statements. In August, Quan dropped another tape calling it Dead and Baby 2, released on August 7th. Chicken appears on this tape 4 times, along with many other notable Milwaukee rappers. And the next month in September, Quan will be back in trouble as Milwaukee police attempted to pull him over once again. He would obviously flee at high speeds before being caught and arrested. He would be placed on
This nigga took the cops on like a high speed every single time. Nigga, damn.
2 separate $25,000 bonds and is still sitting in jail today and is facing many years in prison for his cases. But let's just remember, Quan is innocent until proven guilty, and we can't put snitch jackets on people without proof. Though I do know personally instances where people snitched and was able to hide from it. I hope once released, Quan can put all his business expertise into something legal. If you enjoy this kind of content, hit that like, subscribe, and notify.
Man, that shit, Milwaukee's most wanted rapper today, and Quan story. Shoot. I mean, I wouldn't say he's